From the guy who was the lamp operator on Halloween Resurrection comes Point of Origin, a new Twilight Zone episode that is mediocre as every other episode of this fucking show. So I watched this days ago, and here's how much I enjoyed it. I completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about it to the point where I was like, did I even review that? And I was like, oh shit, I didn't. I didn't even talk about it. That's how forgettable this show is. Instantly. Like 2 seconds after watching it. I think I put it on and I went to bed and I was like, oh, I'll review it in the morning. I didn't. Yes, the guy who directed this was the lamp operator on Halloween Resurrection. I just thought that was funny because of how shitty that film is. Here's the thing with this show. There is lots of talent involved. And I hate to take away from the talent that is on display here. The show looks great. It sounds great. It's well designed. It's got, aesthetically, it's very pleasing. Got great actors giving really good performances. I thought Jennifer, however you say her name, it starts with a G, so I'm like, is it Jennifer or is it Jennifer? Jennifer Goodwin from Once Upon a Time. I thought she was great in this. So her performance is excellent. You got Michael Eklund in here, which I'm a big fan of. Ever since The Divide, which I think is one of the craziest performances I've seen. Him and Milo, however the hell you say that guy's last name, from This Is Us and Heroes. But yeah, it's just, of course, yet again, it's another episode with a social commentary. We just have to, accept that that's going to happen in every single episode of this show. If you're going to watch it, you've just got to accept that that is what they're going for every time. And this one has to do with immigration and deportation and whatnot. And this girl is from another dimension, and they want to deport her back to her dimension, and she's going to lose everything. You see, I think that they focus a little too much on their intent. Like, I think they're like, oh, okay, well, we want to handle something to do with racism. We want to handle something to do with sexism. We want to handle something to do with, minorities and illegal aliens and whatever. And I think that they go out and they cast a bunch of good talent to work on the behind the scenes stuff and in front of the camera and whatever. And all those people really put forth good effort. And I feel like they gave the writers, an agenda. Like, here, you have the racist script and you have this, you go for your own interpretation of whatever that is. But we need it next week. And they're just like, okay. Because from the announcement of this show to its release was really quick. I don't know when the scripts were put forth. I don't know where these scripts come from. I'm just talking out of my ass here. I don't know. But it feels like these scripts were rushed. And I feel like they maybe even were retrofitted to have social commentary inserted into them. Like, they were a completely different story. And then they molded them to kind of fit the agenda that they have with the show. I'm not saying good or bad on that stuff. I'm not that person to be like, stop shoving your agenda down my throat. It's just that I'm fine with it. I just watched Avatar for the first time since the theaters today with my kids, and I'm a big fan of that movie. I know it's the cool movie to hate because of how popular it was, and everyone thinks it's this and that and whatever. But it takes a certain specific social commentary, like someone trying to steal someone else's land from under them, and the big military might coming in and destroying the natives and taking all of their resources and whatnot. Obviously, it's all there. It's all on display. It's almost a complete remake of Dances with Wolves. But that had a lot more heart and skill put into it, way better crafted. So you can take those things. You can take social commentaries, and you can make them feel organic to the story. And then you can take stuff like this and it feels shoehorned. It feels like it's being shoved down your throat. It feels like you're beating you over the head with it because it's so heavy-handed, because it's so rushed, because of all these things. And so it just, and that's not even it. I don't even care about that stuff. As I said, I'm not the person who gives a shit about that kind of stuff. It's the fact that it isn't an interesting enough episode to keep me invested for 45 minutes. It's not even a feature-length film or anything. And they have, you know, they aren't as restricted as other Twilight Zones are because they can cuss and they can be more adult. So there really isn't an excuse for how bad this show is. Like, after I watched this, I was just like, yet again, as I said, I was sticking this out, but it was just another episode where I'm sitting there going, why am I watching this? It's not good. It's not going to be good. This show is a wash. Like, I have no doubt the next episode, I saw the trailer for it, Blue Scorpion or something. It does not look good, and I'll probably watch it because I committed myself to this, but man, this is a fucking terrible show. Like, oh man, everyone's bitching about Game of Thrones when this is on. You want to see what a bad show looks like? This is not a good show. And wow. Okay. Anyway, I'm done talking about this. Fucking moving on.